massive populations have been decimated historically by diseases brought by outsiders.
Bro, I didn't know any of this.
Dug in ideologically that it would like twist your mind to admit, look, it's a long distance from Eliezer Wheelock to Hitler. You're shouting. Don't, hold on. All right, let's make this the last question in fairness, and I will have extended the time. Go for it. The mic is yours.
Why is it that the very descendants of the people that lived here before colonizers came in are the ones that are almost the most marginalized in this country and systematically suffering because of that?
Oh?
Yes. I'll try to answer that as best I can. The condition of the American Indians, historically, we have to look at it twofold. Historically and today. Historically, it was the Indian Wars, the broken treaties by the white man, the Wounded Knee, the battles, the massacres. It was also a plethora of diseases that spread through the Indian population brought by the white man, and that decimated the American Indian population. There's a book I recommend to you by the historian William McNeill. It's called Plagues and Peoples. It talks about how massive populations have been decimated historically by diseases brought by outsiders.
Bro, I didn't know any of this. I'm not even going to pretend I did not know any of what he's saying at all. I went to school for engineering. I graduated with a bachelor's in optics and electronical engineering, and I'm actually pursuing a master's right now in electrical engineering. So it kind of is crazy how I'm not really that caught up with history because what I went to school for didn't necessarily focus a lot on history. So forgive me. But I hope you enjoy this video and let's learn some stuff together, man, while he destroys some students.
For example, the Black Plague in Europe killed 1/3 of the entire continent, brought from Asia, unintentionally. Now, I'm not going to say that's genocide, because genocide implies a deliberate intention to exterminate an entire population. That's why the use of the term genocide is very irresponsible on your part in this case.
No, I don't think so, though.
You don't think so?
No, I don't.
You think, and I'm going to ask you now for your evidence, that there was a conscious intention to wipe out the Indians as a people.
So,
Chapter and verse. Let's hear it.
So, what do you say about the very thing that this institution was initially founded on, about essentially whitewashing the Native Americans? And then that was, of course, abandoned, but all of these things. But what do you say about like the foundational thing for Indian schools that were created, and then there were things about headhunting Indians and prizes for that money? Like, it was a clear incentivization by both the U.S. government and just by people.
I think some people are protesting in the background. What is up with college students in random protests? Of course, yes, you have the right to protest, but it's like every time I watch these videos where it's a classroom of students and someone's speaking in a classroom, there's always a background protest or this weird revolt going on. It's crazy.
To be able to take over the property, well, you know, the land, the things that people had here before the colonizers came.
So Eliezer Wheelock leaves Yale and comes up here into the woods of New Hampshire to set up a college to Christianize and educate the native Indians. Are you saying that he wanted to exterminate them?
I think that's a questionable, it's based in something else. So it has to do with, understanding culture and whether or not you can actually, help someone by Christianizing them.
So he kind of missed the point of what DeSouza, if I said that wrong, let me know, DeSouza was saying. What he's saying was there were people who wanted to help or benefit the Native American community the same way there were people who wanted to harm it. That's what his message was necessarily. He was saying that, yes, there may have been wrong things happening, but there were also good things happening, so you can't negate one and focus on the other. And I don't know a lot about this topic. I'm an engineer. I'm not a historian. So let me know if there's any more history to this, but that's what I got from his message.
Right, but pause for a moment because see, part of education is making distinctions, right? Let's say I believe as a Christian that your life would be infinitely better than it is if you became a Christian. And in that sincere belief, I read the Bible to you and I start proselytizing you. I'm not Adolf Hitler. You may not go for it. You may think that I'm conning you, but you can't deny that my motivation is actually to save your immortal soul. And what I'm getting at is that for you then to say this is genocide and not be able to even back off from that, even though we're looking at a very specific case where you know there's no evidence to support your position, but you're so dug in ideologically that it would like twist your mind to admit, look, it's a long distance from Eleazar Wheelock to Hitler.
And that's a fair point, man. If you're going to make a claim that's that strong, you at least have to have some sort of evidence. You don't have to be perfect, of course, but you should have something that supports what you're saying. Mind you, I don't know a lot about history, so I'm not going to get up here and debate whether or not what either said was true or false. But I can admit when one person comes with facts and one person doesn't. But anyways, if you have any suggestions for me, comment down below. It's LFR Jojo, and I'll see you later.